Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of The Wiley Show. I do apologize. I scheduled a live for 12, and then I was still asleep, child. Listen, last night, I took my medicine. Took it kind of late, too, honestly. And usually what I try to do, I try to schedule the show like around like 5 o'clock and then go early. But, of course, I overslept. And it was a good sleep, by the way. I overslept. But we are here. Now, again, we got to make our announcement. We need y'all support with this Amazon wish list if you can to get the stuff off the list. Again, we need the microphone. We really need these items. All right, we need the microphone. We need the HDMI live stream switcher. We need the camera stand, and we need the headphones. We already have the lights. Someone did purchase that off the wish list. Those are the items that we need. So welcome to the chat, y'all. We love y'all. We see y'all here in the building. We love y'all for y'all support. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that is going on, that has been going on, that we definitely going to talk about here on the broadcast. Before I came on here, someone was in a give me a second while we bring it up. Was in a car accident. That is Omar Gooden survived a near fatal car accident. So let's play that clip.
Right. There will not be a clone of me. I'm good. No surgery needed. Thank Jesus. I'm gonna start doing seatbelt commercials. So everybody want to send me something. Send me them seatbelt commercial ads. The show wouldn't be here without them. Whew. I'll be back soon. I'll stay blessed.
So he was in a fatal car accident. I was definitely reading this with his statement. Omar Gooden said, "Yes, I was in a bad accident. I know I did not break my neck completely. A hangman fracture is what they call it. God is good. I was in the back seat sleeping on my way to the airport. Yes, I had my seatbelt on, or it would have been worse. I'm making this post so that you can stop calling and asking what happened. I need to keep the phone on so family can reach me. I'm not sure how long I will be hospitalized. I will be updating my website with my show dates, but my doc is saying 3 months of recovery time. So I'll see you all time for the summer. Stay blessed and tell the loved ones you love them." You have to be very, very careful in these cars, because you just never know. And that's why it's so important to wear a seat belt. That's why it's so important to wear a seatbelt. That's when I was on the airplane. I told that lady, I said, "Listen, I need a seatbelt extension because I gained some weight. Because I'm not getting on no plane without wearing my seatbelt. I'm not getting in a car without wearing my seatbelt. Before the car even take off, I'm putting on my seatbelt for safety reasons, because you never know what's going to happen. You just never know. That's why it's important to have your seatbelt on. Very important. So again, he was in a terrible car accident, and he did have on his seatbelt, so he is safe. He is safe because he had his seatbelt on, and thank God for that. Thank God for that. Now, Fantasia, this is what Fantasia had to say. She's saying that she will not be, this will be her last album. Let's see what she have to say.
And then you heard it from me. I'm going to do my last album. I didn't say my last shows, but I said my last album. Yeah. Okay, live. That's about all the time that I have.
So she said she's going to do her last album. Now, mind you, we love Fantasia. And let me tell you, I went to go see Fantasia twice in concert. She can sing. The reason why I feel like it's going to be her Well, something's going on. We having technical difficulties. Wait a minute. Something's going on. Give me a second here. Anyway, but nobody's buying albums anymore. We go back on here. I'm just trying to see. I think my computer like restarted. So anyway, but nobody's buying albums anymore. The last time Fantasia sold an album, probably when she first came out, and then the record company was mistreating her when serving the doing the album. So nobody's really getting up on here buying records like they used to. The last time I purchased an album, and I'm gonna be honest, oh my gosh. The last time I went to the store and physically purchased an album was Cardi B album. But not when it first came out. I had just went to the book. I was at a bookstore and they just so happened to have CDs there. And I just picked up her CD, her debut album. But like being excited for an album to come out, okay, 211, I purchased that. That was a Brandy album. I purchased like Aretha Franklin when she was singing songs that's been already out. I'm a Survivor and all that. I purchased that. Of course, what other album? I remember going to the store way back in the day, purchasing Nicki Minaj. Now, mind you, with all those albums, those couple albums I named, there has been thousands upon thousands of albums that's been released, and I have not gone and purchased any of those albums because of the power of streaming. I feel like why should I purchase now? If it's an artist that I really really like Brandy. I really, really like Brandy. So on my Spotify, it actually have where you can listen to Brandy book. But since I'm a fan, I'm also going to buy and purchase the hardcore copy of the book. So definitely being a fan because again, if you are a fan of a certain artist, not only I'm going to purchase um the hardcore copy, the hardcover copy, I'm also going to listen to on Spotify the audio part because I'm a fan because she gets more money when you purchase the album versus streaming the album, and that's the same thing for books. So I do it for my favorite artists. Like even when Brandy came out with her other album, her last album during the pandemic, I purchased some songs off that album because why? I'm a fan. So, but when it comes to Fantasia, a lot of her fans, no offense, majority of them, they only listen to on streaming, and then Fantasia haven't had a hit. When was the last time she had a hit? I'm gonna be honest with you. When was the last time Fantasia had a hit? I'm just saying, when was the last time she was number one on the records? Number one on the Billboard. When was the last time? So it's been years since she had a number one album. Y'all can look that up. So it's been a long time. It's been a long time. They said, yeah, I ain't checking for a Fantasia album. See, that's what I'm saying. So when the last time y'all borrowed her Fantasia album? I don't even know what she even called her fans. Because, usually people give nicknames to their fans. Like Brandy got a nickname. She called her fans stars. Beyonce called her fans the Beehive. But what do Fantasia call her fans? I know Mariah Carey, she called her fans the Lambs. I think she called them lamb chops. I believe she called them lamb chops. I could be wrong. I believe she called them lamb chops, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's how they go. They say, okay, she is too much of a niche to achieve that. They say, well, so I'm just saying, this is her last. Listen, y'all, this is her last album that's coming out, and y'all, I even Tony Braxton said the same thing. Now, when Tony Braxton had did that album with Babyface, I did purchase that album of Love, Divorce, Marriage, or Love, Divorce, Marriage. I believe that was the name of the album. That album was good. Y'all slept on that album. She said, listen, this is my last album. I ain't gonna be doing no more albums. And Babyface was like, no, you need to still do an album. So, with that being said, that Love, Divorce, Marriage album, that album was good. When I tell you, so it's still good albums, but a lot with the artists, like even when Tyrese released Black Rose, and I remember it wasn't doing good at first, but he started promoting it. He started going to Walmart, he started going to the stores, he started going through the streets, and it bumped it up there, and to the point. because I was following Tyrese on social media, that what made me go to the store and get the DVD and the album. And I remember he had got artists to come to this mansion. He had rented out a mansion, and they had like writing groups in there, and they was like writing for the album. And the album was good. But you have to we want like now fans want you to come out, meet them. They want you to be out there hustling like that old school way. The same thing that Cardi B did, because Cardi B actually came out and was promoting the album the old school way as well. So that's just how that go. But when it comes to Fantasia, I would say she's R&B, right? She'd be considered R&B. I just hope that when she released her album, that she promote the album and not just think like the fans are just gonna automatically go and purchase the album. No, you need to release the album, and you need to release the album and promote the album, and not just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna have this album and it's out, and just think that fans gonna promote it. No, you need to go to the South, you need to go up north, you need to go to the West Coast, you need to go to the East Coast and say, hey, I got this album out, promoted, because there's still music stores. That's one thing we learned from Cardi B. Cardi B actually went to the music stores and promoted her album, and it did really good. So you have to have that same type of energy and impact by promoting your album that way. When I saw it, so you definitely need in a good rollout. Even speaking about rollout, did y'all see Tory Lanez rollout? Did y'all see Tory Lanez rollout? Baby, Tory Lanez is in prison, and his rollout was off the chain. Did y'all see it? This man had a woman up on there. He got videos. He's directing it from prison. He had himself as a robot. So if he can have a good rollout in prison, serving a 10-year prison sentence, what about y'all? And he got an album coming out, and I've been on his page seeing his rollout. Okay, so but yeah, they definitely have it. Like one thing about Target and them is because of Target, a lot of people say they don't go to Target. I go to Target. I believe Target is much better than Walmart. But Target, they have artists and stuff like that. They said very, very few artists are selling lots of records. Tyler, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Kendrick, Cardi, Drake, SZA, Bad Bunny, and them is only few. Albums just don't sell anymore. But you also got to promote the album. You got to promote. You got to literally go out there and promote the album. You do. I'm gonna be honest with you. You definitely got to promote that album and be like, okay, you got an album coming out. Let's go to the store. Let's go. Let's go out for all that type of stuff. And you can buy a CD player from Amazon. I didn't even know that. I was like, let me type in CD player because sometimes I might want to buy the album. And I heard that it sounds better with the CD than the streaming. That's what I heard. But who's gonna purchase? Let me ask y'all really quickly in here. Who's gonna purchase that Fantasia album? I'm gonna press one. Press one if you're gonna purchase that Fantasia album. I'm gonna purchase it because for let me stop. I'm probably gonna stream it like everybody else. Let me stop. Yeah, my friend bought a CD player, a record player just for collections. They said no one does a rollout just lazy and cheap. Yeah. You gotta be able to do a rollout. You gotta be able to do a rollout. And don't be lazy. You got to be able to do a rollout. And so you have it, you got to be able, even when you do like YouTube, one thing I've learned, I'm building the thing on my personal number. So I'm telling the supporters, I said, hey, if you want to be notified when I go live, text the number. So I put on there, like you can text the number 773-641-8742. So building it up. So we get like 1,000 people on it. So then if I have some that drop, I could just send a mass text to the people. But let me see what they said right here. They said Gen Z are not album buyers. They barely know what that is. That's something old heads do. But that's what you have to promote and let them know. I'm just being honest. And it's good for collection. They said tours are the best promotion. I get that. But also what happened to that they said, I'm going to be honest, my last CD purchase was Tupac. Dead. Tupac. That was your last rollout. I mean, your last CD purchase. Tupac. You went all the way back to the 90s? What? The Holly Sally on the sales rollout. With her voice, people will go see Fantasia. She can sing the phone book. Yes, but I'm saying she need to promote. She need to promote her album. Is what I'm saying. They said to tell us what you think. We ain't buying what she's selling. LOL. Okay, so you're not gonna buy her album with me. If it's good, I'm gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's a support. And then I heard that if you go to iTunes and purchase the album, they get more points versus you streaming the album. And that's what they need to promote too. Say, hey, go to iTunes, purchase it, or whatever music is sold, go and purchase it, and then go to Target, and because I believe Target still sell albums. Yeah, Target still sell albums. Like Target still, like also Target still sell books. So because they just had to sell the books, buy one book, get the other one free or something like that. So I hopefully they have a certain deal like that with music because they still sell albums at Target. So go and purchase those albums. They said the last album I bought was probably Beyonce B Day, and that was decades ago now. What? So nobody in here gonna purchase a Fantasia, and Fantasia can sing. Fantasia can sing. It's no offense. That woman can sing. My last physical album is Bruno Mars Jukebox. Oh wow, you got good taste. I might listen on Spotify. I ain't doing no extra stuff. Really. They said Fantasia is going to have to work the tour circuit. So you're not going to purchase Fantasia record. That's what I'm saying right here. Somebody else said, but I streamed albums all the time. They said she'll be okay. I'm saying right here, they said I bought Cardi's album. They said, who wants all that clutter in their house? What do you mean clutter? You can have a part like in your closet or in your living room or in your dining room or in one of your empty bedrooms or even in your children's bedroom. You have an area where all your music, your vinyls, your albums on the shelf. Just like for books, you put the books on the shelf too. So you have it on your vinyls on the books, buy the books, stuff like, and have it good, and then have the music playing. I think it would be a good time, having that good quality music playing. But artists do not make enough with streaming, unfortunately. I'm having technical difficulties with my laptop, so I can't look up and read the stuff for you guys. But there are some stuff messed up um, with the with streaming. They only make a certain amount of money with the streaming. A certain amount of money. Paul, can you look it up and send it to me? It's a certain amount of money. I think if you stream like 1,000 times, that equals one album. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. If you stream 1,000 streams, that equals to one album. But even if you get bills of streams, direct, unless you're just completely independent and you pay for the producer, you write your music, you pay for the stuff like that. Whatever stream, you keep it 100%. Spotify take their fee out, and the rest of it is yours. But the average artist, they don't have those deals. The record label take a big chunk out of what they made. Okay. No, Aaliyah music is not on Spotify. Yeah. Aaliyah's music, it's like it's whatever her uncle doing. He don't want her music on these streaming sites. And before he died, Prince didn't even want his music on streaming. Prince was like, no, I don't want my music on streaming. They said Paul needs to be fired. Like Paul trying to see it, like, okay, Paul, get this together. But yeah, they said pretty soon we'll be able to tell AI to make them the album, and they want to hear in seconds. These artists and music companies are in danger unless they adapt. Yeah, it's this one. Speaking about let's talk about AI for a second. AI definitely had where artists can do music with AI. It's this AI artist I follow, and she makes good music. I forgot her name. but the songs are so good. It have me like tearing up, and I was like crying. Because she makes some good music. I can't think of her name, but it's a black woman. She's from Mississippi. She's the writer, and she writes the records for this artist, and she makes good quality music. Good quality music. So I'm like, hey, I have to. So again, y'all know the name of it. And I was listening to it. I'm like, now, wait a minute. This is so good. Wait a minute. Hey, this is AI. I'm just dancing to that robot. Like, what? They said Leah is on Spotify. Listen to 1 million all the time on Spotify. Okay, so they finally got her music on Spotify. Is all her albums on there? Or just some of the songs? Because I remember one time they took her music off there. Oh, maybe she had it before, but Leah's on there. Okay, so yeah, okay, because I haven't listened to Leah records in so long. Okay, thank you for telling me that because I thought it wasn't on there. So I learned something new today. I really, really learned something new today. I definitely learned something new today. It said, "Yup, I had to listen to her on YouTube." I'm definitely seeing it. Okay, okay. Somebody sent me a text. I can't even read the text because I'm on my phone. Unfortunately. Let me see YouTube. Let's go on YouTube. Okay, so her stuff is on YouTube too. Okay, I want to say this really quickly. So I was minding my own business, and you got to go over there, and I see this, but I got a text, and they said, "Did you see what the DL Whisperer post on his Facebook page?" And so what he posted on his Facebook page, he was saying that, they gave him a deal, and that they want him to do 4 years on probation. I said, now wait a minute, not 4 years on probation. So, but according to the person that wrote the post, they think it's like a bad deal. Only reason why I say that's a long time to be on probation, child, because that means you got to go to mandatory drug tests. That means you got to get your urine test. That means you got to check in once a week or twice a week. It depends upon your probation officer. Then they're gonna be reporting you to your probation officer and all that type of stuff because of the simple fact that you got all these enemies on the internet. But he said he gonna refuse it, and then or we go to trial. So they didn't post like the trial date, but they did post that they want to give him 4 years probation. Now, I personally would say he should take it, and let me tell you why he should take it. Because number one, if you go and you apply, if you go to trial and you lose, that means you could possibly serve 4 years in prison. So it's just best to take that probation deal and all of that. Because even in Vegas, in Nevada, they had it where if you on probation, you can pay to get off probation early. You can make whatever you make your probation fees, pay your probation fees, and you get to get off probation early. If I would have did that, I would have been off probation. But since the fact I did not do that, um, I didn't get off probation. I served into that entire 1 year. But yes, you could definitely survive and thrive on probation and get through it. I just hope that he don't get into no beefs with Maddie, get into no beef with any of these people. Because if you get into beef with any of these people, then they could be like, okay, well, we about to call his probation officer and about to get his probation officer in there. They said, well, he did keep escalating the threat and violate the order the court set for him. Probation might be a blessing in disguise if he behaved. They said he better lay low. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying on there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is like on probation for that. So that's the situation where he's at when it comes to social media. what was being posted. I can't read the post because again my laptop is down, so I can't really read the post of what he wrote. But apparently that is what he said on his Facebook wall, that they offered him probation. But yeah, but you got to be very cautious because again, they can definitely go to the probation officer. I will not forget it when I was on probation. One of my subscribers was like, "Well, you need to let your probation officer know that you do YouTube just to get a report." I said, "You ain't got to worry about that because I ain't gonna be saying nothing." I came out calm, cool, collected. I didn't bother nobody. I didn't get into no beef with nobody, and I rarely post on YouTube. Rarely post on YouTube, right? And then once I was completed with it, and I said, "Oh, okay, I can come outside. I can go ahead and do YouTube and do it the right way." But I rarely came on YouTube. And then when I did come on YouTube, I was real low key. I wasn't getting into no drama and I wasn't getting into no mess. But with it, I don't know if that's gonna be the case for the DL Whisperer because he do so much stuff talking about DL people. They could be like, "Oh, okay, you talk about DL people, so we definitely are going to report you to your probation officer." And then, of course, he had this thing with T.S. Madison, and then other people can bring his name up and get him in trouble, like Tasha K, like Michelle ATLien, can get his name and get him in some mess, and then why he's in mess, get him to this whole entire situation. Let me see. Give me a second here. It said white streamer pow pow the lake and out on bail. Tiger calls Rex and waits police and ambulance and out on bail. And the DL drives by and gets signed. But it all depends. Yeah, but it's different. When you are black, you gotta understand, you can't see what other people do and get off, because again, they're different than you. And they're gonna throw the book once you are black. And then it also depends upon the county. I don't believe he should serve no 4 years on probation. At best, 1 year. At best, 1 year. But 4 years on probation, I think that's too rough. Not 4 years on probation. 4 years. 4 years. Is that what they giving him? So I think that ain't cool at all. 4 years on probation. So I'm just yikes. That's not cool. Not 4 years. Let me see. 4 years on probation. Okay, I can't better look on that. I probably gotta get my other phone. Let's see. 4 years. Well, they said they was bringing up his juvenile record. I did read that last night that they were looking at his juvenile record, but as of right now, they say it's going to be 4 years. Is what they're offering him for probation. They offer him 4 years. So, with that being said, do you think he's gonna be able to survive with those 4 years? Because anybody could be like, "Oh, let me go and call his probation officer," or "Let me do all this type of stuff." So he'll probably be fighting. Um, he'll probably be fighting all type of stuff. Because I even had some on my record, but I already got 1 year probation. They talk about 4 years. 4 years. Mm-mm. I ain't think that's cool at all. I'm talking about 4 years probation, y'all. That's what they're talking about. Well, all he had to do was ignore T.S. Madison. I know that, and I get that. But do you think this is too harsh? When I talked to some of the other producers, they were saying that they believe it's too harsh. They said, I don't know if 4 years basically what everybody else in his situation have gotten. 4 years is fine. If they're mistreating him, I hope he get it, Lord. If he keep making contact, then folks are going to keep calling his officer on him. Yeah, see, that's the thing. And that's the way for him to make money. It's going to be hard for him to get a job, too, being on probation. It's going to be hard. Maddie must have cash in a favor because this is harsh. Now, you're saying that it's harsh? Yeah, because I'm like, ain't nowhere in the world like 4 years. I mean, I can understand a year. I can. I can understand a year and all that, but 4 years on probation, that's that's quite rough. That's quite rough. And but they say Maddie ain't playing with the courts. And speaking of Maddie, so yesterday I was like reading and resting. So I got a phone call. I was like, what's up? This is a Maddie supporter. Like they watch Madison every day, all day, every day. He's a friend of mine. He said, "Did you hear what happened?" I said, "No. What happened?" Well, when I was watching when I was watching her show, it cut off and she got a copyright from Michelle ATLien. So I was like, well, let me go and see what's going on. So I see a message where this video is copyright taken out, the copyright by Michelle ATLien Brown. It showed her name. And so I went over there to Craig's live, and the live was still up. Then she had re-uploaded, so they was like going in on Michelle. And I was like, why would y'all? I was like, why? Because that's why I don't play people content, because even if it's a certain clip, then you have to fight the copyright, then you have to uh send an appeal. It may be approved. It all depends, but um you have to fight it. So that's why I don't play people content, because people get in their feelings. So then I went over to TS Madison page, right? I went over to her page, and so she was live, and she said that she was trying to she was trying to flag Michelle ATLien Brown, because Michelle ATLien did like a whole playlist and had all of TS Madison stuff on there. So she said she was going to flag that. So they was going. So I'm like, this is not good at all. But when I was watching T.S. Madison page, she was responding to Michelle video that she did, where she took phone calls. And on the video, she took phone calls. And one of the phone calls said that the deal whisperer should have been riding around T.S. Madison home. The deal whisperer is pretty much guilty. He shouldn't have did that. And then she was like, well, the DL whisperer didn't even knock on her door, didn't even harm her, didn't do any of these things to her. So why is he getting in trouble and all of this type of stuff when he didn't even do all that stuff to T.S. Madison? But T.S. Madison be going after me and said this stuff to me, and I'm like, wow. So they was really going at it. And I was like, what in the world is going on? So I went over her page and I saw it, and I said, oh, she was going in on Michelle. But Michelle didn't respond, because I was looking for her response. And if Michelle responded, let me know on the page here. They said, well, let's see, why do people usually get similar crashes like that in Georgia? It might be normal. They said, too bad TS got on her page and struck, but her read deal was for credit report was trash, behavior, 2 wrongs don't make it right. Well, we don't know. Again, we don't know if she was reading the DL Whisperer credit report, because she didn't say no names. She didn't. I get what people are trying to keep bringing that up, and that's a part of the argument. But she did not say any names when that credit report was brought up. She didn't. I'm telling you, I'm gonna say it again. She did not say anybody name and said, "Oh my gosh, this is the DL Whisperer name." She didn't do that. So she didn't say, "Well, this is the DL Whisperer credit report." Nothing. She just read a credit report. She didn't say no name. Um, no, she didn't. Well, again, you can't say what credit report it was, because she didn't say no name. I'm just telling you. It said start watching, so we know this was this credit. Who was it? Jesus? No, it wasn't Jesus. I'm just telling you, she didn't say no name. So you just making an assumption saying that it was the DL Whisperer, but she didn't say no name on the credit report. She didn't say no name, so we don't know. They said, "Oh, I saw the live last night, Maddie and Mo." Yeah, they was live. Did you see the live last night? Because I had got a phone call. Now, mind you, I'm up here resting, sleeping, getting all my rest and all that, and I'm like, that's what stuff was going on. They said she was clearly reading his credit report. Come on, Wiley, what would you do if somebody had your social security number? DL has to change all his personal stuff now. Again, what I'm saying is we don't know if she read his credit report, because again, she didn't say any name. And the DL Whisperer, again, what we do know is the DL Whisperer went to her home, recorded her home, threatened her multiple times, threatened Dominique, threatened to show up to her Halloween party. We do know that. So that's what we do know. But with the credit report, we can't say that she was reading the DL Whisperer credit report because there is no evidence of that said that was his credit report. Didn't say no name. They said she didn't have to. If you reading the details, alluded is him. Now she's split in the face. They said TS was wrong too. I'm glad she's getting hers. Um, she read off his student loans and car payment. I saw it last night. I was about to say that was no credit report on that show, but y'all talking about a different show. My apologies. They said the DO didn't stop for no reason. Again, the DO, he stopped on his own accord. No one told him to go to TS Madison home. No one told him to do that. No one told him to go and ride around, get on your phone, record it. No one told him to do that. No, it's not. I'm not playing. I'm just saying to the chat here, you can't say that was a DO Whisperer page. Did she? Okay, let me ask you this question. Did she say the DO Whisperer name, his government name, his show name? Did she say that while she was reading a credit report? I'm just asking a question. Did she say his government name? Did she say his show name when she was reading the credit report? I'm asking a question. Because if you're going to say this was the DO Whisperer credit report, where's the timestamp that she was reading the credit report? What was the timestamp? Now, again, I can't open up the phone lines, but I can drop the link. I can drop the link if you all can come on the link because I'm having technical issues on the back end. So the only thing I can do is just drop the StreamYard. I can just drop the StreamYard. So if you want to say something, you can say something. But then the Chili's, let me get back on the Chili, then we get back on the DL Whisperer because I don't want to forget. Chili got exposed of donate to the Trump campaign. So she came out, apologized, and said she was sorry, she ain't mean to. Then she wrote a post saying that Michelle was voted as a man, and then she got caught up. The link is in the chat. So then she got caught up saying that then she literally got caught up saying that um yeah, I didn't mean to make that post. It was an accident. I'm not computer savvy. You know what you did. You just got caught up and you got pushed back. It's just okay to take the L. But she was apologizing all last night when it comes to stuff like that. Definitely was apologizing. And they were saying that she donated to the Trump campaign and all of that. Yeah, that's what they said. Even if they were verifying your identity, they don't use your name. They use details of the report. Okay, that's what you're all saying. Okay, but again, she didn't say the person's name, is what I'm saying. She has to say his name, and even 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 if she said his name, does that excuse the fact for you to post to show up to somebody's home? That doesn't equal the same thing that outrage to show up to somebody's home. At best, what you could do is read her credit report. At best, but that does not excuse you of showing up to somebody's home with their elderly mother inside the home. That doesn't excuse that to do that. They said no. I'm just being not just being a Trump supporter. She posted a comment about Michelle Obama being a man. Yeah, that's so. And then she said, "I didn't mean to post that. It was an accident. That's what that going on." I'm like, "Whoa, why would you do that?" Can somebody hit the link? I want to see if this is gonna work. This is my first time doing StreamYard in a long time on my phone. Give me a second here because I'm like updating my laptop. So, um, if you want to hit the link, just hit the link in the chat. They said someone all the black people need to think alike. Like this world's so annoying. Internet critics, yeah. They said I'm gonna read your credit report online. Just not say your name. Yeah, because that could be anybody's credit report. Is what I'm saying. I mean, come on. But that's not some of the excuse to come through. I'm not, but again, T.S. Madison never showed up to the DO Whisperer home and recorded it and said this stuff. She never threatened to harm the DO Whisperer. The DO Whisperer did those things, and I'm thinking y'all want to excuse that behavior.
But do I think he need to be in jail forever? No. I said at best he need a 1 year. He need a 1 year um probation. I don't think he need 4 years probation. I don't think he needed a 4 year probation. I'm just being honest. Not a 4 year probation. Not at all. 4 years. And then if he violate, he go to prison. Why do y'all think that's fair? Imagine how you appear because of your fear of being canceled by your community. Yeah. They said that's identity theft, but she didn't say no name. She provoked him and then called the police playing with people. She harmed his reputation, but I'm sorry, what she did was emotionally devastating. What, you think so? Reading a credit report is emotionally devastating, but that excuse you to go to somebody's home and say all this stuff? Is that what we saying here? They said here Craig played in that dude's face, now claiming victim of tit for tat. Like I said, Carmen, don't forget. They said everyone has lost their mind. The plot, LOL. I'm moving to Mars. Really? I can call in about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm finishing up with my mechanic. Again, I dropped the link, so if anybody want to come on, I dropped the link. And you don't have to show up on camera because I'm not on camera. So y'all forget what happened with Maddie and Cookie Tookie. Maddie has connections. That's what you said. Y'all said, but again, so let me make this plain clear. Y'all blaming T.S. Madison for reading the D.L. Whisperer credit report. My response is she never said D.L. Whisperer name. And I'm not the only creator that said this. Even Storm said she never mentioned the D.L. Whisperer name. That's a fact there. Now, I'm also saying I don't think he should serve no 4 years probation. I think at best he need to be on probation for 1 year and have a stay away order for 1 year. I don't think it should be 4 years. That is what I'm saying when it comes to that. Okay, in my humble opinion, that's what it is. Hey, Jada.
Hey, I was just making sure the link worked, but I was also wanting to comment on the.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I can't hear her, but go ahead.
You can't hear me? Hold on. You can't hear anything that I'm saying? Can the chat hear me? What?
Or but Jada, I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on with my phone. But just continue to talk. Can y'all hear Jada?
Hello. Wiley. Hey guys,
Actually,
happy Sunday.
can y'all hear Jada?
Happy
If
Sunday,
y'all can hear
everyone.
Jada, I just let her talk.
Can they hear me?
I know. Oh, okay. I can't hear her, but go ahead, Jada. Just finish your point. Go
Okay.
ahead. You can just
So
finish the point. I
I
just won't be able
have
to respond to it because I can't hear.
I
I'm just
have
having technical difficulties. My bad.
I just have
Let me
two
get my
things
other
to
phone here to do that.
so I just have two things to say. One about the chili situation, then one about the DL Whisper situation. Here is the thing. Nobody's saying like, oh, what he did was right to pass by his house. The event was TS did expose that man's credit information all the way down to his student loans. That did happen. So of course, people who wasn't there from the beginning and that's like hearing the story or just now getting in tune to the story, of course, people are going to say, well, all because they did this doesn't mean you get to ride past their house. That's not how that happened. when TS exposed that man credit information, that's when the Whisper exposed that whole appraisal house, how she paid more than what the house was worth, and all this. Da 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 da. That's when that happened. Then that's when TS and some other transgender they was all playing around with like weapons and this, that, and the third, trying to initiate, saying that they don't mind getting out there squabbling, just know I'm a pow 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 pow. So that's when DL Whisper took it upon himself to go by the house to let TS know like he wasn't scared, even though nobody knew that he actually was doing that. Like he took that upon himself. Like he didn't even tell the audience that that's what he was gonna do. He just did it. So it's like nobody's excusing it. It's just that now that DL is locked up, they're trying to use that as a form of, oh, well, he released my house information, me owning the house and how much I paid for the house. Now they're using that in the court. So it's like, well, you did it. You did it first. You didn't have to say my name. The audience knew who that person was talking about. That's just like if somebody say like, oh, just like when what's that girl name? What's that other transgender name, that the other transgender that everybody freaking hate that Wiley got into it with? I can't remember her name, but that's just like when Claudia and the other transgender comedian.
You talking about Flame Monroe?
Flame Monroe. Thank you. Flame Monroe. That Monroe. That's just like when Flame Monroe was online talking about one eye and looking straight and this, that, and the third. We knew exactly who they was talking about. Even you knew that they was talking about you. So it's like, oh, we can say, oh, the person never said a name, but it's the fact that we knew exactly who that person was talking about. Just like if somebody get online and make a horse sound and say, or say Gumby, we know exactly who they're talking about. So did they have to say the person's name? No, but we knew exactly who that person was talking about. When she got online, when TS got online and was swinging her swinging her stuff around, her pow weapons or whatever, we knew exactly who she was talking about, who the target was, who that person who she was talking about. Like, we all knew. So this whole like trying to turn this into like a hate crime and trying to distract the people from what's really going on, because you know DL said he was going to investigate her starter home and the funds and this and that. He was going to give it to the feds. People just don't know. Like, people thinking it's like some surface level stuff. But if somebody tell me that they're going to dig into my business and dig into how I'm getting funded and dig into what I got going on, if I cannot delete you, then I'm going to delete you in another way. I'm going to make sure that I get something to put you in jail or to put you locked away, to put something over your mouth so you cannot talk. I'm going to teach you how not to play with me because I'm big dog. And that's the energy that she's carrying around. So it's definitely sending a message to anybody that tried to step out of line with TS. Like, it's definitely sending a message. It's no different than Diddy and the rest of the people that use their power to silence people. Like,
so you're saying is she did read the credit report? Okay, so did that?
She did, yes. She did.
My thing is that he can't use that as an argument and say, well, I went to her house because she read a credit report and when she didn't say any names, but yet he violated the order. And let's just say, now both of them did have a restraining order against each other, but after that, he started sharing her or whatever, share the hashtag, from my understanding, violate the order. And then now he's in jail. But then now he get a deal. According to the page, again, I can't say this is the deal. This is a friend that said he posted on DL Winston's behalf that they offer him 4 years probation. Now, do you think that's fair for this, or you think he should be out right now? Because they offer, according to that page, DL Whisper page, they offer him 4 years probation.
No, I think if anything, if I'm thinking from a like, if I was in that position or that power, I'm not gonna lie to you, Wiley. I would probably give him like 6 months of community service because me having personal knowledge of the stuff that you were posting. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're kind of out of line when you be posting songs about somebody being deleted and you're targeting someone. I mean, yeah, you kind of calm down on that. Yeah, you was a little out of line for riding past that person's house, because you never know. Like, she could have, got up out her bed and pow out the window. Then what you was going to be saying? You know what I'm saying? So I think 4 years is extreme. But I'll probably be like 6 months, like 6 months of community service, because yeah, TS did, and I mean all of this stands from TS. Here's the thing: DL was doing his commentary on about Down Low Man. TS went on to her show and said that he was going to get himself hurt and he was gonna be deleted and this, that, and a third, blah, 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 blah. So that's when DL came back and they end up having like a back and forth. TS slid in DL's DM and wanted DL to come on her show to have a bigger discussion about it. DL declined and it just went left since then. But I want to give
Madison, she said she never want him on the show. That's what T.S. Madison said, unless she lied.
I mean, of course, I'll say that now too, but she reached out to DL. She reached out to DL and wanted DL to come on the show. This was before they even had like a back and forth. So if she's saying she never said that, I don't believe that, because you literally took his commentary. You literally took his commentary on your show to talk about it. So come on now. Like, when you talk about certain stuff, you be like, well, if this person want to come on a show, you just make it public. But she slid in his DM to come on the show to have a bigger discussion about his thought process, and he said no. That's when everything went left. He should get like 6 months of community service. That's it. Yes, TS was initiating a lot of stuff. Yes, she was passively aggressive, throwing shade and doing certain stuff online to make him get out of character. But sometimes you got to learn how to play the game right. It's a reason why she wasn't always direct or always saying your name, because notice that she's saying his name now. But when she would throw shade or talk about him or do comment, she never said his name. So I feel like that's where DL messed up at. So yeah, they both was doing the same thing to each other, but she just played a better game at it. So if I was in the courts, I would probably give him like 6 months of community service. I wouldn't be like, oh, you got to pay TS court fees and lawyer fees. No. Time served. Let that boy out. Give him 6 months of community service. And both of them cannot discuss each other for 2 years. That's it. Anyone that discusses each other within the 2-year mark, you're going to jail.
And this is for me. I don't think he's going to survive being on probation for 4 years. I think he's going to violate that probation order because of him, because of the tactics that the internet uses. I don't know. I don't think, because if he could survive staying away from talking about T.S. Madison with the 1 year order in place, how do we know he's not going to violate within those 4 years?
My thing is, he wasn't even after the whole situation. When he went on Tasha K show. That was not the topic, even before he got locked up. You can go on his page right now and you can see what was his last topic in the weeks before that. The only time when he would say something is when they started messing with him. That girl was telling people if you find him, I got $1,000 for you, allegedly, because I'm on your show. Like, it was boys, like it was people that was a part of the LGBT, heavy on the G community, that was like looking for him, trying to catch a fade with him for TS. Like, she's clearly like a part of a gang. If she can sit and say, hey, to the people in her community, hey, beat this person up, do this to this person, blah blah blah. Like she just played a bigger game. That's all. She just played a better game.
She definitely did, and I'm like, wow, this is quite interesting. Do you think he'll take the deal? If the 4-year probation deal?
No, because I feel like he's so sassy about a lot of stuff. Because even when I saw him talking in court, it was like, you know, it's just sassiness. Like, you could tell he's annoyed. You could tell he's like just, you know, but I just feel like he probably should take a break from the internet, because I know mentally everything that he going through and everything that he know and everything that he can't say because of how powerful TS is. I think that would drive anybody kind of low-key, kind of crazy, you know, but I don't think he's gonna take it, because I just feel like he's I feel like he's moving with emotions and not with like logic. But if I was a judge, I'd probably give him like 6 months community service, 2-year gag order. You can't talk about them for 2 years, and that's it. As far as like that Chili situation, I don't believe her. I'm sorry. She just never gave, like, you know, when you see people on TV, you kind of get a glimpse of their personality, especially when they had those shows about their lives. It never really gave Chili like black folks. Well, black men, let me say that. It never really gave that to me, you know. I think it's like, what you doing reading that? Like, how did that come? Like, I feel like she felt that way about Michelle. Like, because your algorithm is based off of what you research, because of what you like. That's how the algorithm works. So it's like, what in your algorithm or what in your research history were you looking at Michelle Obama in a negative way, in a derogatory way?
And I think a lot of celebrities that got money or rich are Republicans. Look at what Nick Cannon said about the Democratic Party. Even though he was right at one point, the Democratic Party was very racist. But I think now they're more so a supporter of working rights and helping black folks right now compared to what they was back in the day. Right. But he said that Trump didn't do nothing wrong, and I'm like, what? Really? Are we talking about the same Trump? But a lot of rich people love Trump.
Waka Flocka said the same thing.
Yeah, but they also have resources and money. But to the average person that needs social services, that need food, that's a different type of conversation. Now that they're getting booted off, a lot of people getting booted off the food stamps program because now they want you to work 40 hours and volunteer 40 hours. And I don't know if you're disabled, if you're exempt from being disabled. I don't know. I got to really look into the law. But I do know they said 40 hours you got to work or 40 hours volunteer time or something like that. But what if you don't have the bus fare to even get to the volunteer place, because you have to get there?
Well, I know in the city where I'm at, they offer they offer free transportation. It's about a 10-seater, and it take you up to 30 miles. So it's a program. It comes directly to your house. Yes, it does. So you know, it's more than one ways to skin a cat. So
yeah, because I know when I used to live in Texas, they did have a work required program. If you was on food stamps, they had a work required program already on there. But I think this is like a little bit more extreme than what even Texas had in their law. And so it's going to affect a lot of people. And then a lot of people, unfortunately, don't even keep up with their mail, and knowing that if they send something in your address and say, hey, you gotta tell us where you're volunteering at or where you're working at.
But Wiley, who fault is that grown people can't manage their lives?
Yes,
is that the taxpayers' fault that people can't manage their mail? something that they've been doing for the longest, something that they just seen their great grandma, mama, daddy, everybody and their mama get mail. So who is it really? Is it really the taxpayer's fault?
Yeah, no, I think honestly, I think it's the person's fault that doing it and make sure everything is updated. Because even though they trying to even change the voter ID law, so now you gotta get a passport. And I heard that with a passport, you have to pay to get a passport. It's not free.
I mean, yeah, you gotta pay to get a passport.
How much is it to get a passport? Is it like $10?
Wiley.
How much it is to get a pass? How much it is to get a passport? $10?
Wiley, no, Wiley. It's like $100 and something dollars.
Jesus. So what if you don't have that to pay? You know, what if you don't have this? So that means you ain't gonna be able to register?
I mean, if you got it's $130 plus a $35 acceptance fee.
What? Because I never got a passport because I never traveled outside the country. But it looked like with this new law,
one, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. I did have to go to CVS to take a picture, which that cost money. And then I had to go there and fill out the application at the post office. And then I had to pay some money to them too. So, I mean, it is a little double whammy there. But how else did you get your driver's license?
Yeah, the driver's license, but it's not as expensive. The driver's license, correct me if I'm wrong. Dang, how much did I have to pay?
I mean, it ain't $100, but
it's not $100. But I know for a fact it's not $100.
Did you pay a driver's license? Don't you got to pay something to renew your driver's license every year or what?
I think it's like every 4. The driver's license is every 4 years, right? I don't think is it 4 or 5 years? Because I think I got to renew my driver's license. I think back in 2028, and so yeah. Okay.
I mean, I get it, Wiley, but I mean, it's
gonna be hard for a lot of people that can't afford it. You know what I'm saying?
To get a passport, I mean, I ain't gonna.
Because I think that if they want to use it for the passport, they should have it where Americans get to get their passport for free. If you are a citizen, you should have to pay to have no passport. Honestly,
why?
I think it'd make it easier for people, like even for like IDs and stuff like that. It should be that you should be able to get your ID renewed or new ID via the app. I don't even think we should still be having physical copies. It should be like an app where you can have your ID in the app, your passport in the app, your driver's license in the app, instead of you waiting for a physical copy. What if you lose your
phone? What if somebody steal your phone? Then what?
Man, you get a replacement phone. Like I get a replacement phone. Like I'm not saying just eliminate the physical copy, but just for like people that's in this digital era, it should be in your phone too. And it should be for free, honestly. If you are,
I don't think everybody should be able to get a free passport now. I mean, yeah. Well, I don't know how they do it in other countries, but I mean, that's I don't think people from other countries would just want anybody and everybody just coming all over there.
Well, that's true too. Somebody says it's a 60-day wait, so if they pass this new law, it's gonna hurt a lot of people. To vote because they don't want you to use your real ID. They want you to use like a passport. And also it's going to hurt like a lot of women that's married and got a different name and with the whole thing with the birth certificate. So it's going to be a challenge. It's not impossible. It's just a little more legwork is what I'm saying.
So which race do you think is going to hurt the most?
I think the poor. I think poor people, period.
So you don't think it has anything to do with race? You think it's more have something to do with like income?
It's going to be income based because if you ain't got it like that, like how are you able to get a passport if you ain't got the $100? But yeah, you still want to register to vote. So, but you can't afford to pay by.
So they can't use the birth certificate.
According to the law, they said only thing unless they update the law, that you have to use your passport. You can't use your voter. You can't use your real ID. You have to use your passport. So that's what I'm saying. Like these laws, like y'all have to like look at these laws.
I can see it affecting old people.
Even married women too. Yeah, even married women too. But you know, those are the laws that I'm like. It does usually take 60 days. My friend just got her passport for the first time. She only wait
Oh,
like 3 weeks.
congratulations.
But that's good. I'm gonna get my passport and stuff like that. I believe it should be free. I'm gonna get my. I never had a passport. I never. I want to get it because I want to be able to say this was my passport. Like I do want to travel. Not now because these wars and stuff. I ain't
It's
traveling now.
bad right now. Mm-mm.
But I would love. I would love to have my passport.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool, I guess. But I just feel like, I do feel like using your passport to vote, that's a little OD. I feel like if you got
Yeah,
a
it's
birth
like because it's like
certificate and an ID showing
I think
that you
like the
are a
Republicans,
citizen,
they
should be
feel
fine.
like let's have these hurdles in place to make it difficult. But the way this economy going, them people they gonna find a way to make sure they register because because like them Republicans, a lot of them are not doing enough good job with the working class. And I just looked at gas prices and grocery prices. I went to the grocery store. I said, these groceries are up. I thought he said he's gonna bring the grocery prices down, and they're not down.
Whenever the summertime, yeah, even I was acting crazy too about it. But whenever it's the summertime, gas prices always goes up. And then when the winter gets here or when the fall gets here, you'll notice that the gas prices will start being more stabilized. But the gas prices has increased because I put $30 in my tank, and that only gave me about 200 gallons. And typically when I put $30 in there, it normally gives me about 330 miles. So it's definitely it's a little bit dramatic, it's a big increase. I would like to know like the percentage difference from last year gas prices in the spring and summer versus the gas prices in the spring and summer this year. I just want to know what is the markup on that, because it feels like a lot. Because $30 should at least get you on at least a half a tank.
Yeah, it's just really really rough and stuff like that. Again, now I want to make this plain clear because I have Jado as a witness. I never talked to the DO Whisperer, so I don't want Maddie to be like, well, the DO Whisperer told Wiley to contact me. No,
No.
I
Mm-mm.
contact TSMS on my own accord. I never talked to the DO Whisperer, so I don't want me to be blamed.
And a lot of people are getting the information. Like a lot of the other bloggers, they're getting a lot of the stuff, and Twitter is picking up the traction because there's a lot of buzz on it on Facebook. So no one can try to like say that somebody reached out to who this, that, and third. Some of this information is public knowledge because it's being posted on the Facebook. Someone is
And
logged
I want to
into his
read.
Facebook.
And while we talking about the deal whisperer, they posted this 6 hours ago. They said first they tried to starve him, then they tried to put him in solitary, and threaten him with the turtle. Now the jail is trying to silence him completely. They said the deal whisperer has been told he can only send and receive postcards, no letters, no books, no magazines. This is not just cruel; it's illegal under Georgia law, unconstitutional under federal court rulings. They said under the rule 125-3-3-0.02 require jail to allow mail. They can expect contraband, but they cannot ban mail entirely to impose unreasonable restrictions. The postcard only policy violates that rule. Then they said, did he post some other laws and stuff like that? But this was yesterday. They said the DL Whisperer was offered a plea. If he pleads guilty, he get released, but have to serve 5 years on probation. 5 years. His lawyers claim if he doesn't take it, they won't let him out on bond. Here's the problem. Just the day before, the same lawyer was telling the DL Whisperer that he could hold him for 4 years without indicting him. Which is it? There can be no plea if he hasn't been indicted. So what's really going on? It looks like the DA Frank Woods is trying to sneak in a backdoor plea so he doesn't have to present the case to a grand jury because he knows he has no evidence. Furthermore, they're claiming they're using his juvenile record against him. And two problems with that. Georgia has strict laws prohibiting the use of juvenile records in adult case. He doesn't have a juvenile record. This is all an attempt to get him to take a plea so they don't have to build an actual case. On top of that, the DA is allegedly using the case as a way to get reelected. I wonder who promised to put money towards his campaign. We're not falling for it. Free the DL Whisperer. That is what they're saying. They offer him 5 years probation.
I mean, he got crappy legal representation. I'll tell you that.
Very crap. Because when I was in jail, I was able to get a book as long as it was a paperback book. It was
they acting like he didn't sit up there and passed out grown-up candy like to the kids at the playground.
He getting worse treatment than I did, and my situation was way more serious. And I got a bond. I got money on my books. I got books sent to my to the unit. I got also cards, letters. Now the birthday card they didn't allow. The birthday card had to stay with my personal stuff. So when I got out, I was able to read my birthday card. Shout out to ZB. But I was able to at least get letters. Like I'm not understanding. Like no letters are. You can't do a letter. Like shout out to my girl, Puppy Love. She had wrote me a letter, and that's how I was able to know that Katie Talk 101 was updating us on the case. They said, "Who was that, Wiley? What was the story?" This is from the DL Whisperer page. JD, you go on the page. This is directly from the DL Whisperer.
That's on his page right now. Yeah, that's
on the DL Whisperer page right there.
And I was like, when I saw that, I was like, damn, I wonder, like, can they get them in trouble for that as well?
That's what I'm saying, because like he going against the prosecutor. He said he addressed the prosecutor. I don't think this will help.
You seen even Tasha K on X, even Tasha K then brought some light to it too. I saw that yesterday with Tasha K. And then I saw she made a post on it on YouTube too, where you can make your little post and all that. I had seen that too, but I don't know. I mean, 5-year probation. I've never been on probation, but I think
that's a long time.
By God. But I mean, I just think of it like this: if you ain't on the ganja and you ain't really drinking, and you just work and do your business. I mean,
and I think he really be on the ganja too and drink too. Like I think he drink and I think he do ganja on the side. And for me, it didn't bother me because I don't drink, I don't do ganja. So that wasn't like a thing where I'm a violate something. But still, but for 5 years, any mistake could get you caught up in prison.
Yeah.
And because of the platform that he has, do you think he'll be able to stay quiet for those 5 years?
I mean, I feel like, if he don't talk about TS, I mean, nobody say he can't talk about DL men. And then the crazy thing is, even Morgan and then was talking about DL men on their page. I was like, the hypocrisy, well, how do you say that word? I can't even talk right now because I'm just like so confused about a lot of things. Like the things that people do, it's all politics. But I think he should probably take a break from the internet, take a break, regroup, rebrand, come back again swinging. But this time, just
they said ignore them. They said 5 years probation.
I mean, 5 years probation. Do you have to pay monthly fees on probation?
You have to pay probation fees. Yeah, You have to pay probation fees. Yes.
I mean, if you're okay, Wiley, no disrespect, but if you're gay, is prison really bad? Because is it really bad?
Because again, let me tell you the bad part. Let me tell you the bad part of it. It's the food is nasty, and then especially if you're not in no gangs and all that type of stuff, because there's a lot of street culture in these prisons. So if you're a person that's not into any of this stuff, it can be bad. And then also too, if you got medical problems, you're not going to get the same type of medical treatment that you're going to get on the outside. So yeah, they said he going to reverse this like Tasha K for better for worse. This case with Cardi made her more famous and more money. I heard guys go on purpose. Well, everybody don't want to, because I said this, I don't want to go to no prison. Prison ain't for me. I don't want to go to no prison. I was in the jail, stuff like that. It was only it was a couple of attractive dudes in there. One that wrote the book called Bar None, very attractive. But again, I don't want to be going to prison. But he had the federal time, state time. But it's people that do a lot of that because you were conditioned to do it. But I don't know if the DL Whisperer will be able to survive, because if he's already losing weight in jail, I don't think he's gonna survive in prison.
Right. I just think it's terrible. I think, I'm pretty sure he's probably kicking himself in the back of the head for going past TS house, and then, I mean, you can't really tell nobody how to respond either, but I just wish that it just never went. I just wish it never went that far. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's really sad, because he's still locked up, and
Because ain't
because
nobody gonna help him. Tasha, she up there spreading the mess around and all that. But I'm like, girl, you
and I do
gonna go
believe
down there?
I do believe he need better lawyers and stuff like that. Whoever doing this page, I think they need to lay off and saying
Yeah,
something towards the
they need to
prosecutor.
cool it. They gonna get that boy in trouble. Sometimes you can't just be going around screaming and all this going on, because guess what? What what our opinion gonna do? We can sit up here and talk about this till our face turn blue, but the facts are the facts, and everything still remain the same. So I do feel like if the people that's over his Facebook, if y'all really trying to help him, y'all need to get him a better lawyer. Y'all need to go about it the correct way. That's the thing with TS. Yes, she being petty. Yes, she teaching him a lesson. Yes, she spanking him right now. But at the end of the day, she did it the logic way. I'm gonna get you in court. I'm gonna do it like the white folks would do. I'm gonna do that, and that's how they need to move too. Because all that talking online and posting Facebook, saying what's going on, that's not gonna do nothing but make situations worse. Chili, I do believe everything she said. That post she reposted, I believe it. Because what you doing over there supporting Trump? Sending that money over there to Trump.
And she said, I'm only doing this to support the veterans and stuff like that.
And I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. Chili, she just never gave like she's for black folks. I don't even think Chili is even black if we really just talking. But I don't know. I'm side-eyeing Chili. She is with a white man. So I don't know. I'm side-eyeing her. I've been side-eyeing her for a while now. I don't know how everybody else feel, but that Chili is something else. That Chili is an Oreo for real.
Thank you. And thank you so much for calling in, hitting that link. Also, we do have a phone.
Worked. I'm glad it worked. But thank you.
It works out. So now I'm back on my laptop.
To say my opinion. Thank you for coming live.
Thank you. So if anybody want to call in, the number is 972-674-9462. If you want to call in, you can call in and give your thoughts. The DL Whisperer, they offer him 5 years probation. No, that's what they offer, 5 years probation. Let's see. We got a call. I don't think you'll be able to hear the calls, Jada, because it's on StreamYard. Hey, call you on the air.
Hey, Wally. That was a good convo. I took some notes. I mean, it's not the best. I was trying to write real fast, but I first want to say this about the seatbelt. I agree with you. As soon as I get in the car, I put my seatbelt on, but then again, God forbid you're in an accident and then you can't release from the seatbelt. Not everyone walk with a pocket knife. You get what I'm saying? So it has its pros and cons as well, but definitely its pros, right?
Right.
Cool. I also want to say this about the he, she, we, Flame and Vogue. Have she made a statement about this T.S. Madison and DL Whisperer, or is she scared? I don't follow her, so I don't know.
No, I haven't heard her say anything about the DL Whisperer. Or
is she scared? I mean, what's going on? We want to know her opinion as well. Talk about it.
Y'all should post in her comments.
My humble opinion.
Y'all should post in her comments and ask her.
Yes, you want to know what's going on. Also want to say, guys, from what we know, the DO Whisper page is hacked because he's behind bars. He don't know what's going on.
That's true.
From far as we know, hey. But I also want to say this, Wally. I agree with you with the T.S. Madison thing with the credit report. I don't really watch her anymore. I can't tell you when last I went on her page to watch her, but to my understanding, she did not say his name. You have to prove it. Remember, if this is court of law, it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt. Is that correct? Right.
Absolutely.
You have to prove.
I
That's
agree.
what I have down. I also have.
You definitely have to prove it. You can't say, well, I think she said the name. Everybody know we're talking about in the court of law. You have to prove that she said the name.
Beyond a reasonable doubt that it, you know what I'm saying? It could have been anybody's.
Absolutely.
Report. Even though you deep down inside you believe it's yours. But you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. What you gonna do, subpoena her phone? I mean, that could be one, but I don't know. Also want to say this, what is becoming of the jail? Is Atlanta a Democrat or Republican state?
Georgia is Republican. It's a lot is Democrat, but Georgia itself, the state, majority of it is it's a deep down Republican. Even though we got 2 Democrat senators, but in them counties, you got to go back county. Whatever that county that he's in, that's a red county.
Yeah, but where are the boots on the ground for all you social media influencers that have pull that go to the court cases? Like, why don't you guys go and investigate what's going on? Because it doesn't seem right. Something is very fishy, in my humble opinion. Since when you can't write a letter and you can only receive postcards? That's insane.
That's
I
it.
wrote letters before to someone in jail.
That's insane because I was able to receive card. I mean, the card had to stay on my personal stuff. They didn't allow the birthday cards, but they do keep it in your personal stuff. So when you get out, you get to read it. Now, when it came to letters, I did receive letters. And I did receive a book. And one of my bunk people in my unit, he was able to get his book sent to the unit as well. So I'm not understanding this whole thing. Again, we don't know if D.O. is writing this stuff because he's not in Fulton County. You guys, he's in a red county. I can't think of the name of the county. But if you Google the jail, because I posted it on the community wall. But this whole situation that he can't receive letters, it doesn't sound right. Either this person is lying, trying to get gumped up sympathy for, and I could easily call a jail and ask them. Let me call a jail and ask them to see.
Yeah, call them.
Let me call them and see. Because I had called them yesterday. What day did I call? Let me ask them.
And just let them know you're trying to inquire about sending a letter.
Yeah, send a letter to a family member.
To your cousin, a family member.
Yeah. What day did I call them last time? I had called them. I think
it was day before yesterday or 2
So it was like what Thursday probably. Oh yeah, I think it was Thursday. Let me see. Let me go to my community wall and write and get the number again. Hold on. I'm just trying to fact check it because that don't sound right.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that don't sound right. He can't get phone call. That do not sound right to me.
Is he still able to go on the phone?
Let me go to his page and get the jail thing. Hold on 1 second, you guys.
And what's going on with his lawyer? Like,
that is a good question. That lawyer definitely.
It should be public record. His lawyer.
Absolutely, I agree. Let me go to his page here and see what was the jail. Yeah, Glenmore County. That's a Republican county.
That's Republican county.
Yeah, that's not a Democrat county. Just by the sound of it, sound Republican. Okay, I'm just being 100% real when it comes to that. But they did post. They did post. They did post his where you could put money on his books.
Okay.
This lawyer supposed to be the judge's grandson. If you remember that,
I remember you mentioning that, but I don't think
that's what he said on the
accurate
phone
as
with
well.
Tasha K. That's why it's not good to be on the phone with these people, putting information out.
Well, did Tasha K investigate it? Did you guys investigate it? I mean,
well, I can't say.
Where's Milagro? Because don't she do deep dive don't she do
Maybe
stuff like this? Like,
Milagro got her whole situation.
oh, she got her own. Oh, wow.
You know, she up there got to rebuild her life.
Oh, boy, it's just crazy.
Ain't it? It's crazy.
And I also want to mention this while you do that about the 5-year probation deal that he's allegedly getting offered. I mean, deep down in my guts, I mean, I wouldn't take the 5 years. I would try to talk it down. Like, his lawyer has to do better than this. Like, the lawyer seems weak in my humble opinion.
I agree.
So you guys don't know who's the lawyer? Like, what's the lawyer's name?
I don't have
the
black,
black, is
post
guys,
that.
of women.
They
But I'm sure he could talk down that to at least 1 to 2 to the max, but definitely 1, and then time served. And like your last guest that you had on the line said, like, yeah, both parties or all 3 parties should stay away from each other and do not discuss each other. Social media, third party, X, Y, and Z, etc. And if you do, then consequences can happen.
Thank you so very much. Let me call the jail real quick and ask him a question. I'm calling him now, you guys. Hold on. Let me press on the call. Let me do this. Let me see. Give me a second, you guys. Hello, Officer Davis. I'm calling because I'm trying to send my brother a letter to the jail. Can they receive letters or just postcards? What's the policy on that? Okay. What about letters? And they can't receive letters? Only legal mail, but personal stuff, just postcards? All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. So only legal mail for cards, but like only postcards. You can only send postcards. You can't send letters unless it's like legal. What kind of jail is that? You can send emails from this on my community wall. I posted where they did have an option where you could send like an email or something. That's a mess. That's why you got to be careful going to jail, period, especially in these little hicklet red towns. You got to be careful. Because, like, on the community wall, I posted that if you were to send him money on his books, they have an option. They have on here, send money now, email the inmate. You can email the inmate. Now, let me make sure there's option for Georgia. And yeah, you can't email the email because I'm doing like they said, well, I'm going to get your charge. Lies identity to the judge. Listen, I'm just calling just get an update. I'm not saying on that because I want to make it hard for him. But what's his last name? Okay, I got his last name. Hold on, y'all. Wow, he's 28. So what you have to do is, in order to send him an email, you have to create an account. Wow. So that's dope. You can send an email. And then you got to put your address. You got to put your social security number, driver's license. What they want all that information? Wait a minute. They want all information. They want your driver's license. That's too much information. That's too much information. They want your driver's license. They want your social security number, your birthday. Why you gotta have all that information? I'm not doing all that. You ain't getting my social security number. Nope. They said East Small Town make their own oppressive jail world. No, he's not in federal prison. He's in a county jail. Gilmore, do I have it? He's in a correction center. I think it's Gilmore. Yeah, it's not federal, it's jail. This is a lot. This is a lot. This is a whole lot. I'm still like, this man is still locked up. This is not good at all, y'all. Wow. And we reached out to T.S. Madison, but she said she gonna send it to her lawyers and all that type of stuff. I shouldn't even say nothing. But I posted, she said she gonna send it to her lawyer and all that. And the only thing we were saying is, what would it take to withdraw the restraining order to get him out? But she was like, oh no. Therefore, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. But he's not in federal prison, guy. He's in jail. He's in a county jail. Let me see if they write something else on here. So let me see. I'm being nosy. Let me see. Nothing else. That's what they have it right here. They said, you see, she went after Storm. Don't mess with her. Listen, she had called, and Storm was upset. Storm was like, you ain't going to tell me how to do my platform. You ain't going to tell, listen. I just mind my own business. I send a message. I'm trying to do my due diligence as a person, as a content creator. That's exactly what I did. And stuff like that. And also, we got an update from Chili. Let me go to her page. Chili said this. I want to be clear. I am not MAGA and do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. I made a mistake, many make. I did not read the fine print. I thought I was supporting causes against human trafficking and for veterans. Two things that I care deeply about, as my dad is a veteran. Everyone knows I love children. I have learned a valuable lesson, ask for grace as I navigate this. Yeah, give her grace. Give her grace. Even though she donated over there to the Republicans, give her grace. Like, give me grace. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with it when he does to the policies, and I'm letting it be known, but just give her grace. Give her grace. Give her grace. Okay? Now, anybody else want to call in? Because we've been on here for a whole hour, and I appreciate that y'all had called in and viewed the show. I thank you all so very much. I was late earlier because I was sleeping. And I said, listen, I got to get up and do the show. And I appreciate y'all coming through and showing love. I appreciate that. Thank you to the moderators. Also, we're going to do members only. The book come out tomorrow. So I'm gonna give y'all a week to read a couple of chapters, and then we're gonna review it via members only. Okay, and that members only will be probably next week, but I will post it in the members only tab, and then I will let you. I will keep reminding you when it comes to stuff like that. Definitely will keep reminding you about the members only. Also, too, we do have the Amazon wish list, and that we need your support. If you have not gotten items on there, please do get it, or donate to the Cash App, and we save it up and get and buy it that way as well. They said, how long does she want him in jail for? I guess for a long time. I can't reach out to T.S. Madison because she got her whole battles with Michelle ATLien Brown. So I'm not gonna say nothing else because I don't want her to. I don't want the DL Whisperer to. I don't want the DL Whisperer to get in trouble for that. But Brandy do got a book coming out called Phases. That book is actually going to come out. It come out tomorrow. Let me see. Let me go to my page here. It come out tomorrow. No. Tuesday it come out. Tuesday on the 31st. On the 31st, Brandy got a book coming out, Phases. And if you have Spotify, if you are subscribed to Spotify, you have a Spotify account, you can read it, you can listen to it for free. It's included in your Spotify account. But only if you have the premium. If you don't have the premium, you won't be able to listen. You will have to purchase it to listen. And stuff like that. And I have to find a nearest Barnes and Noble by here because or let me just put bookstore near me. Let me see. Bookstore. Oh, they have a bookstore? Let me see. Oh, no, that's a college bookstore. Not no adult entertainment. What the world? I'm trying to find a bookstore. Hey, up there, give me adult entertainment places. Oh no. A mess. Okay, I'm about to look inside there. I probably got to get them from online. All right. This was dope. This was fun having y'all on the show today. But her book come out Tuesday. Tuesday, her book come out. So we'll definitely be doing all that stuff. So I think y'all appreciate y'all coming on for Sunday. How many of y'all was off on Sunday showing love? And I ain't gonna never forget the Icon for doing this. Let me show this video again because Icon did that for me. Let me go to my shorts for a second. He did that. I appreciate him for doing that, for showing, for posting this, and I will never forget it. Because it did like 18,000 views. Let me see if I can bring it up. Where are we at here? Let me see. Let me go back to my let me see. Let me go to that really quickly. Let me go to my shorts. We showed you the Tiger Woods. Let me go down because this is what he said. Where is it at? Do I have it? It's down here somewhere. Where we at? It did 14,000. I said 18,000. It did 14,000 views. Let me see. No, not the Rolling Ray one. Let me go back up. This one. No, wait. Let me show you. Let me show you.
The Wally Show loves you. Love, bro, love. Shout out to the Wally Show. Marcelo. The Wally Show loves you. Love, bro, love. Shout out to the Wally Show.
So when he showed that, I was like, what? That did like 14,000 views. Like, oh, I wish I was out there because I could have asked him some questions. I could have been walking outside and asked some questions, something like that. Love him for that. That was definitely dope. That was fun. And that was definitely grateful. Thank you all so very much for tuning into the Wiley Show. Little Black Boy, you beautiful. Oh, wait. The Cash App $ Wiley Show 1990. Thank you so very much for the support. If you want to be notified when I go live, for the people that are just watching this, and the people that want to donate to, you can text 773-641-8742, and that's Apple Pay as well. So if you want to get notified, you just text this number, and I will send you the link. And then if you want to remove from the list, just say remove from the list, and I'll remove you. So I do appreciate the people that I do notify as well. Yes, that was Marcelo from Marcelo from Saturday Night Live. So when he first did it, I was like, man. So I got an update from YouTube. He got like 14,000 views. And I was like, whoa. Okay. So I thank him. Love y'all for y'all support. Little Black Boy, you beautiful. Little Black Girl, you are enough. One time's get hard. Always remember to put God first.